Hi everyone, I'm Brenda Konar, one of the research leads for the EPSCoR Fire and Ice project. I'd like to introduce you all to the ice component in my talk entitled, It's Getting Warmer, the Influence of Melting Glaciers on Coastal Ecosystems. Now we all know it's getting warmer out, and in fact, global temperatures are predicted to increase by 1 to 3 degrees C by the year 2100. Now this warming is causing our glaciers to melt, and glacial global mass is predicted to decrease by 23 to 40% during this same time period. Now on this graph on the left, you can see an increase in the loss of glacial mass over time. This shows glacial mass in many different systems around the world. Now you can see the dotted black line is the average glacial mass. And here I've highlighted in red bold Alaska. And you can see, like everywhere else, the glaciers are melting in Alaska. And in fact, the past few years and projected into the future, they're going to be melting at a faster rate than the average. Now, a picture is worth 1,000 words, so I thought I would show you these two images. The one on the left was taken in 1894, and you can see that this glacier, which is the Mendenhall Glacier in Juneau, which many of you probably have visited, you can see that the glacial extent is in about the middle part of the picture. Now, this image was retaken in 2015 from about the same vantage point, and you can see that this whole area is now water, and in fact, the glacier is pretty far back into the background. Now, what my team is doing is they want to better understand the impacts of melting glaciers on coastal ecosystems through the associated changes that are occurring from the land into the ocean. Now we're doing this in two different systems in Alaska. The first is Lynn Canal, which is in Southeast Alaska, down by Juneau. And the other one is in Ketchimek Bay, which is by Homer in the northern Gulf of Alaska. Now, in each of these systems, we have multiple watersheds that have varying amounts of glacial coverage, and we're measuring a lot of different variables. We're looking at snowpack and the amount of glacial melt and discharge that's coming out of these glacial areas, and we're looking at how they're transporting terrestrial material and estuarine production into the ocean. Now in the ocean, we're looking at a lot of different variables too. We're looking at everything from the rocky intertidal communities to the fish communities such as salmon and forage fish, and also the plankton that feed these communities. Now we're in year 3 of this 5-year project, so I'm really excited to be able to introduce you to it. Hopefully you enjoyed my talk and enjoy the rest of the talks during this open house.